Hi guys, JB Minot, and these are my pickups for the month of March. Now to start off, I got two cheap PSP games. PSP games out there are getting kind of expensive, more than they're worth. But I got these really cheap, less than $10, so or else I wouldn't have gotten them. Up, based on the Academy Award nominated Disney Pixar film. Basically, you're swapping between Russell and the old guy Carl, and you're going to South America, and it's a platformer is what it is. But I would like this game a lot more if the controls weren't so wonky. The controls just aren't very smooth. The animation isn't all that great. The graphics aren't all that great. We also got the manual. So, but other than that, if the controls were better, it might be a better game. And I got Ratatouille, which is a better adaptation. It's kind of like a 3D Mario 64 type game. You're basically trying to figure out how to climb things, and what really bothered me about this is only my first impression of it. You're basically having to go back and forth. You're told to grab something. You go and grab it. You show it to the person you grab it for, and of his father, who's a rat. And he sends you back for something else, but they don't bother telling you where that something else is. They show it to you where it is, but you have to remember where it is. So, and look for it again 9 times out of 10. But the controls on this one are much smoother. The graphics are a lot smoother. They're both made by THQ, by the way. But this game is far superior, and a few more dollars more. That brings my my PSP collection up to 362 or 462. 362 games. So, okay, now for the my Switch games, which is most of what I got now. Hyper Parasite. I forget where I think I ordered this from. I forget where I ordered it from, but Hyper Parasite. This game is basically a rogue dungeon where you play as a parasite, but you can possess your enemies to help you get through the rooms. The problem is the controls aren't as smooth as they should be, and the game is just downright ugly. You know, you got these independent game developers that are obsessed with one, making games extremely hard, and two, making them extremely pixelated and ugly. And it's an ugly game. It's not very fun. This is a twofer. Saviors of Sapphire Wings and Stranger of Sword City Revisited. I believe Saviors of Sapphire Wings was a sequel to Stranger of Sword City Revisited, which I have on the PS Vita. They're basically kind of Etrian. They're not Etrian Odyssey games. They're dungeon crawlers, RPG dungeon crawlers. There's nothing really special about the combat or anything like that. You know, all it does is you make a map. It makes your own map as you make your way through. And it's not very hard so far. It's nothing special. I got this from GameFly. Descenders. You're riding a bicycle and you're riding down hills. You're trying to go through trails. You're trying to use tricks and stuff like that. And it would be a lot more fun if the physics weren't so doggone sensitive. I mean, you breathe on the Joy-Cons and he trips and falls. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, Complete Edition. This isn't really a proper Plants vs. Zombies game, which is a classic tower defense type game. You set up a bunch of plants, and you set them up to prepare for the incoming wave of zombies. This one, it's kind of a Splatoon type game, where you're going around battling other players. Soccer Tactics and Glory. This is basically a soccer management game I got from GameFly. Monster Hunter Rise. This is a newest Monster Hunter game, which is getting all kinds of good reviews. They're calling it Game of the Year and whatnot. And I like some Monster Hunter games. They can get kind of old after a while, but the Japanese really, really love them. Bela in Wonderland. This one's I haven't played this. It's kind of a Mario 64 type game. Haven't played this one yet, though, to tell you the truth. It's getting mixed reviews. but it's from Square Enix, so you know they must have put a lot of work into it. One would hope. Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Beautiful game. Haven't gotten very far in the platforming, but it's your basic Crash Bandicoot game, and it runs really smooth on the Switch from what I've seen so far. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. This kind of got mixed reviews on the PS3. They remade it for the Switch. It's kind of like a Skyrim type game. Crosscode. I got this. I saw this ad on Facebook, and I forgot where I bought it from, but I bought it direct. I think from Amazon, and it's a kind of a cross between a rogue and a puzzle game. You're basically trying to figure out ways to get out of each room that you get into by by using your trigger button, and you're aiming for certain switches. And I don't think there are a whole lot of enemies so far. You're basically trying to get out from one room to another. But there's that. And you have bosses to fight, which you use your gun to fight bosses. It's a pretty fun, pretty colorful game so far. Return of the Obra Dinn. This is from Limited Run, but I got it from Best Buy. It's a mystery game. What you're trying to do is you're a first-person shooter. Well, you're not first-person. You're not a first-person shooter. But what you're doing is you're going on this old ship that's been found derelict. And what you do is you got this magic watch. Every time you come upon a corpse, you press this magic watch. I don't quite have a hand on the controls, but you're basically looking for different clues to each person, trying to figure out how they died, who killed them, if anybody, and what they died for in their names. So there's 60 of them on there that you got to try and find out. There's different forms of classic graphics on here. There's you could look at like it's a Macintosh computer or a Commodore computer. You can change the graphics. But I'm not big into story. And this one's edition 3909 out of I don't know how many, probably 5,000, or is it? But this is the 78th Limited Run game. It's a pretty good game, pretty good mystery game. Almost like not quite a point-and-click adventure game. It's totally different. And the more clues you find out about each person, the clearer their faces become, because their faces are kind of blurry until you figure out all the clues that you need to know about them. But Creature in the Well. This is a combination dungeon crawler / pinball game. And what you're doing is, instead of going after your enemies to kill them, you hit pinballs around and you knock pinballs into them, and you aim it into them. You got to aim them a certain way, and you have to aim the pinball to get out of certain rooms, to hit certain switches and whatnot. And it's a pretty fun game so far. And this one was exclusive of Best Buy. I had to order it from Best Buy via mail to pick it up. The Mummy Demastered from Limited Run. This is a Metroidvania game, and I tried it at first with my Switch with my Joy-Cons. It wasn't working very well, so I went to my Mini Switch, or my Switch Mini, to try it out. It's not bad, but it's derivative. There's nothing special about it, and the boss battles take forever. They've got a ton. They're kind of, the one I faced so far is kind of easy, the pattern, but it just takes forever to kill him. And the game, I think, is a lot better than the movie. The movie itself was absolute crap, and I hope they finish that Universal Universe, trying to play catch up with Marvel Universe, or else they start all over again with a whole different series. But there's that. From Limited Run Games, which I bought at Best Buy. Here's a game I bought from Super Rare, and it's a lot more fun than you'd think it would be. Little Inferno. What it is you're in it hints that you're in an apocalyptic world where there's no sunshine, and you sit beside this fireplace all day, and all it does, and what you do is you buy things from their catalogs to burn, and you have to keep the fire going, even though you can start the fire all over again. But the key to this game is that there are certain combos, like if you burn a clock and a matchstick, let's say you're called to build a time bomb, but you know, and you got to figure out first of all what these combos are. They give you hints as to what the combos are. They give a couple descriptions of what a clue. They're clues. They don't tell you actually what the combos are. You have to figure out the clues, and you have to burn them together. Once you burn them together, you get the combo. Therefore, you get more tickets so that you can buy more catalogs and burn more stuff. It's hard to explain, but it's like a little puzzle game, and it's a blast to play. It's really charming, really great game. I have no idea much about what this game's about. They say the pixel art is really beautiful. I don't. I think it's ugly. But the music is really ambient. It's really, really weird music. But that's okay. Hyper Light Drifter. It's kind of almost a Zelda-like game. And it doesn't tell you exactly what you need to do. But it comes with the game. And it comes with the game itself, of course. A sticker. A weird code card. I have no idea what it's about. You can basically do a melee attack, or you can do a ranged attack. And your character is basically dying throughout the game. There's a CD soundtrack. Beautiful music, by the way. And there's a poster. Like I said, I think the art's really ugly, but it doesn't really hold your hand. It doesn't really tell you what all you need to do. You basically got to figure it out by trial and error. And you can use your ranged attack to hit certain triggers, or to knock down, kill, to set up bridges and whatnot. Okay, last but not least, Hero Land Noble Edition. This is kind of a satire on RPGs. I haven't played it. I haven't opened it yet. Maybe I will now. Can't hurt. But you work at this theme park that specializes in RPGs, and you're helping guests go through certain battles, go through RPG games, live action RPG games, and you're trying to help them win and whatnot. And you give them clues as to how to win, and you help them. And you got a bunch of different guests that you do this for. Like I said, I got this, I think used, or not even used, but at a discount from GameFly. You get this map. Right there. You get a bunch of stickers. You get some kind of flag or handkerchief. And you get some, you got a soundtrack. And of course you have the game itself. Okay guys, those are my pickups for the month of March 2021. I hope you have a great Easter. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. It would help me a lot. Thank you for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.